Donald Trump and Elon Musk, a modern parallel to Hitler and Goebbels? The rise of autocracy in the United States. The United States, a nation founded on the principles of democracy, liberty, and the rule of law, has faced unprecedented challenges in recent years. The rise of figures like Donald Trump and Elon Musk has sparked intense debate about the fragility of democratic institutions and the potential for autocratic tendencies to take root in even the most stable societies. While comparisons to Adolf Hitler and Joseph Goebbels may seem extreme, the parallels between these modern figures and the architects of the Third Reich are worth examining. Both Trump and Musk, through their wealth, influence, and manipulation of media, have demonstrated a willingness to undermine democratic norms, exploit divisions, and consolidate power in ways that echo the dark chapters of history. The cult of personality, Trump and Hitler. Donald Trump's rise to power was fueled by a cult of personality that bears striking similarities to Adolf Hitler's ascent in 1930s Germany. Both leaders relied on charismatic authority, exploiting widespread discontent and economic anxiety to rally supporters. Trump's rhetoric, often laced with xenophobia, nationalism, and disdain for the political establishment, mirrored Hitler's appeals to the disenfranchised and his vilification of outsiders and elites. Trump's infamous slogan, "Make America Great Again," echoed Hitler's promises to restore Germany to its former glory, tapping into a nostalgic yearning for a mythic past. Hitler's rise was facilitated by his ability to present himself as a strongman who could solve the nation's problems through sheer willpower. Similarly, Trump positioned himself as a political outsider who could drain the swamp and dismantle the bureaucratic machinery of Washington. Both leaders thrived on chaos, using division and conflict to consolidate power. Trump's attacks on the media, judiciary, and political opponents, often labeling them as enemies of the people, were eerily reminiscent of Hitler's tactics to delegitimize dissent and centralize authority. The propaganda machine, Musk and Goebbels. If Trump's role in this modern narrative parallels Hitler's, then Elon Musk's influence can be likened to that of Joseph Goebbels, the mastermind behind Nazi propaganda. Goebbels understood the power of media to shape public opinion and control the narrative, famously stating, "If you tell a lie big enough and keep repeating it, all people will eventually come to believe it." Musk, through his ownership of platforms like Twitter, now X, has wielded unprecedented control over the flow of information, using his influence to amplify certain voices while silencing others. Musk's acquisition of Twitter in 2022 marked a turning point in the platform's role as a public square. While initially framed as a move to promote free speech, Musk's actions have often undermined this ideal. His reinstatement of banned accounts, including those of far-right extremists and conspiracy theorists, has created an environment where misinformation and hate speech thrive. This manipulation of the information ecosystem mirrors Goebbels' use of propaganda to spread Nazi ideology and suppress opposition. Moreover, Musk's personal use of Twitter to attack critics, spread conspiracy theories, and promote his own interests demonstrates a willingness to exploit his platform for personal and political gain. His tweets have moved markets, influenced public opinion, and even impacted geopolitical events, showcasing the immense power he wields as a media mogul. This concentration of influence in the hands of a single individual is deeply concerning, particularly in a democracy that relies on a free and independent press to hold power to account. The erosion of democratic norms, the parallels between Trump and Musk and their historical counterparts, extend beyond their tactics to the broader impact of their actions on democratic institutions. Hitler's rise to power was facilitated by the erosion of democratic norms in Weimar Germany, as traditional political parties failed to address the economic and social crises of the time. Similarly, Trump's presidency exposed the vulnerabilities of the U.S. political system, from the Electoral College to the Senate's filibuster rule, which allowed a minority to wield disproportionate power. Trump's attempts to overturn the 2020 election, culminating in the January 6th insurrection, represented a direct assault on the democratic process. His refusal to accept the results of a free and fair election, coupled with his efforts to pressure state officials and incite his supporters, demonstrated a blatant disregard for the rule of law. This willingness to undermine democracy for personal gain is reminiscent of Hitler's consolidation of power through the Reichstag Fire Decree and the Enabling Act, which effectively dismantled the Weimar Republic. Musk, meanwhile, has contributed to the erosion of democratic norms by undermining trust in institutions and the media. His promotion of conspiracy theories, such as those surrounding COVID-19 and the 2020 election, has fueled polarization and weakened public confidence in essential pillars of democracy. By blurring the lines between fact and fiction, Musk has created an environment where truth is subjective and power is concentrated in the hands of those who control the narrative. The danger of wealth and autocracy. At the heart of these parallels is the role of wealth in enabling autocratic tendencies. Both Trump and Musk have used their vast resources to bypass traditional checks and balances, leveraging their financial power to influence politics, media, and public opinion. Trump's presidency was marked by conflicts of interest and the use of his office to enrich himself and his family, while Musk's wealth has allowed him to amass unprecedented control over the information landscape. This concentration of wealth and power poses a significant threat to democracy. History has shown that unchecked autocracy leads to oppression, violence, and the erosion of human rights. The rise of the Third Reich serves as a stark reminder of the dangers of allowing individuals to amass too much power, particularly when they are willing to exploit that power for personal gain. The rise of figures like Trump and Musk highlights the need for vigilance in defending democratic institutions, promoting transparency, and holding those in power accountable. Resist! Please like and subscribe.